Hi all, how you all doing? I hope you're having a great day or a great evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining in today. I have been going through certain, let's say, research papers, podcasts. I was actually trying to distill down the information because there is a lot of chaos and a lot of noise around. Um, the fitness side of things and what's right, what's not right, and there's a lot of complications, And if someone wants to start seeing such a mammoth mountain of information, it's overwhelming. So I thought, since this channel is about holistic approach towards life, today we'll be targeting the fitness and longevity side of things in the holistic approach towards life or holistic living. Um, so, what I'm gonna share today is the basic steps that you could start right away, actually right away, and that's absolutely free. You don't have to go to any place. You don't have to uh, get nutrition info. Hire a nutrition coach or a strength and conditioning coach, or you don't have to do a lot of research by yourself. It's very simple, very straightforward, and I have tried to boil it down in such a way that the viewers could start right away and seek the benefits. Yes, of course, it's natural phenomenon, and it depends upon your capabilities and how consistent you would be in doing these practices for you to reap the benefits. So, without further ado, let's get started on it. Number one, the first of the lot would be a small caveat out here. The rankings are not in terms of priorities in a way. So these are just enumerated, right? It's not that the rank one has a higher priority rank two. So these are just enumerations. So going forward, number one, intermittent fasting. I'm sure a lot of the viewers must have heard about intermittent fasting. If not, it's a protocol where you're restricting your feeding window, and you are allowing your body to be hungry, if you will, for a majority of the time. This practice has been mainly advocated for reducing the calorie intake. So specifically, the goal is to have the calorie deficit per day, and which in a week would have more calorie deficit in a way, and so you would be able to lose fat, right? If your goal is to lose some pounds or some kilos, depending on which metric system you're using. So that's not the only advantage of intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting has a lot of cognitive benefits. At least I have read, and also I am a proponent of intermittent fasting. So I have been practicing fasting for more than 5 or 6 years, and I have reaped the benefits. That's why I wanted to share. So in a way, I'm not dwelling much into science, but on a high level, it helps your body to eat the bad cells. The good cells eat the bad cells in a way, and it also regenerates good cells in your body, which may lead to higher immunity, which may also lead to better performance in a way. Physical performance. I should be more explicit in saying that. So, and also it helps to, of course, you don't have to worry about eating now every now and then. So you can also push your feeding window down. And if you're working, if you're very busy, you don't have to worry about that as well, to cook the food and eat it and so on and so forth. um, and from longevity point of view, it's been shown that sorry, I have to use a scientific terminology here, just to support the importance of what I'm going to say. There's something called autophagy. If you want, you can read online and search online on Google Scholar or PubMed. You would find relevant papers, search papers over it. It's AUTOPHAGY, and a lot of famous scientists that I have been following, like Dr. David Sinclair, Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Evans Kennedy, if I'm not wrong, and a lot of podcasts I've been listening over for neuroscience or longevity perspective. They have basically supported intermittent fasting quite vividly, and they have also given the reasons for that, which I have already stated earlier on a very high level. Though I have not gone into the depth of it. So yeah, calorie deficit, yes, it helps you lose pound or kilo, but that's not the only benefit it has. Also, I would like to highlight another fact here. So if you are, suppose you start intermittent fasting, right? Suppose you are doing, let's say you're starting with 12 hours of not eating any food. So in that window of fasting window, you could have coffee, you could have green tea, you could have water. And in the non-fasting window, you are supposed to have food. So I just wanted to emphasize the fact that in that feeding window, it's not that we can have anything and everything we want, like chocolates, candies, ice creams, and so on and so forth, right? So the goal is to eat the quality food, mostly proteins, supported by fats and complex carbs during that feeding window. Whereas during the fasting window, you are making your body more, increasing the immunity of your body, enhancing autophagy, right? So that's regarding intermittent fasting. Yes, you are in calorie deficit because you are, suppose you are skipping your breakfast, and you're going till lunch and you're eating just 2 meals a day, no snacking in between. Suppose you're having just lunch and suppose you're having just dinner, right? And you're fasting all the way. Of course you're drinking water, you are having coffee, like caffeine, you're having tea, your green tea or something like that. That's all allowed. There's also so some of the people whom I was training and who came for some suggestions from me, they experienced, when they started with intermittent fasting, they experienced a mild headache because they were not accustomed to, the body was not ready for fasting. So there is a hack to it, if you will. I mean, it's not a hack. There's science behind it, supporting how why the headache happens and how can you how can you alleviate that. So if you're having headache, so the proposition is to add salt, Himalayan pink salt, into water or coffee or green tea, and try to drink that. So basically, it balances the electrolytes in your body. Himalayan pink salt has potassium, salt, so it has sodium and iodine. So when you're fasting, and if you're not, your body is not ready for it, your body may be devoid of electrolytes. So if you mix that, some salt, it may alleviate the headache that you are experiencing as a byproduct of fasting. So you all can try that, and I hope that you are benefited by it. And that has been working for me. I've been doing fasting, as I said, for 6 years odd, and I also had such side effects, if you will, of headache and stuff when I started adding salt. After reading and doing the relevant research, I started seeing the side effects to fade away. So yeah, that may be something that you want to try. Just a small caveat out here I wanted to highlight. um, so intermittent fasting, it wouldn't be any help to people who are having type 1 diabetes, and so I wouldn't propose them to go for intermittent fasting to reap the benefits. But also, if you're adding extra salt to alleviate the headache, if you would be getting, I would not recommend this for people who have hypertension and who have high pressure issues or something like that. So please consult your physician or doctor if you are taking such steps. I'm just trying to provide you and distill down the information, help you with the arsenal that you might use for your benefit. And I don't want any harm happening to anyone. So please be cautious enough if you are either type 1 diabetes or if you have hypertension. So when you are using such a venue as intermittent fasting and adding salt to alleviate the headache. Um, that brings to me point number two. In this video, I'll just skim through the major to-do actions that you can start today. I won't be going into deep depth. If you want for me to go into depth, please comment, and I would add on the relevant videos of podcasts or research papers that have supported such supported such supported intermittent fasting, and so you may refer to that as well. So that nicely segues me to point number two, which I already mentioned regarding when I was mentioning, giving example about 12 hours of fast. So 12 hours, what you should eat. So eating green, that's point number two, eating green leafy vegetables and supporting that with good quality protein. What do I mean by good quality protein? So people who are consuming meat, it can be good quality chicken, it can be organic eggs, it can be from fatty fish. Also, it can be from beef, or people who are consuming just vegetable products. So in that case, you might need to depend on protein powders. So good quality protein powders for that. And also there is enough protein, excuse me, in let's say beans, legumes, white legume, for example, the white bean. That has a good protein to carb ratio. So if there is any source and you find that the carbs are more than protein, it that basically makes it classified under carbs rather than under a food product under protein genre. So yeah, edamame beans, that also has good protein. Tofu, let's say cottage cheese. So they are also high in protein if you are vegetarian. So yes, I'm not denying they also have fat and carbs, but the protein percentage is higher compared to them, compared to carbs and fat. So that is also a good source if you want to supplement your diet with that. So having good protein in your diet and supporting that with good fat, flax seeds, chia seeds, almonds, walnuts, um, let's say cottage cheese, of course, tofu, and coconut oil. So sorting your vegetables in coconut oil, it that also it enhances cognitive abilities, because extra virgin coconut oil specifically, it's the unprocessed version of MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides. That's the full form of MCT. So this particular type of oil has proven to be very beneficial uh, for cognitive abilities, to enhance the cognitive abilities, and also to improve the focus in a way. If you are fasting and combining that with, let's say, uh, with some fat, in mixing it coffee, that's also called bulletproof coffee. Well, I don't want to go into details of the entirety of bulletproof coffee. So that's also a venue, but some people some people face adverse side effects, like it sits very hard, it becomes very hard on their stomach, and they don't feel good about it, and also it becomes very heavy, but so let's not I'm not going into into the nitty gritties of that. I'm just saying that how can we which are the products that uses coconut oil or MCT oil, and how can we indulge in that, so sorting your vegetables with extra virgin coconut oil, that has good benefits, good fat with good leafy vegetables, and have some, let's say, cottage cheese or some chicken or some eggs. Mix that. It's a great meal, because it has proteins, it has good less carbs and more fat, and so having a lot of green veggies with good protein, and supporting that with quality fat and complex carbs such as oats, sweet potatoes. These would be the main ones. Legumes, they are also complex carbs, but I would be a bit hesitant in using them because they are high glycemic index food, so they may spike your insulin very high. So people who have type 2 diabetes, they may not reap the benefits out of them. So for people who are on type 2 diabetes, the main focus should be green leafy vegetables and good quality fat, because fat would suppress the insulin level and not make it rise to at a very peak, not make a peak rise in the level. For people who are not type 2 diabetes, they can have complex carbs, support obviously green leafy vegetables, protein, and fat and complex carbs. So that should be for every meal. If you're eating two meals, both the meals should have equal proportions of green leafy vegetables distributed, and sources of protein. So the percentage should be, protein should always be higher in percentage. Say it's 100%. Let's say you give protein to be on a high level, right? 60% protein, and 30% fat, 20% carbs. Or sorry, 60% protein, 30% fat, and 10% carbs, or 60 20 20, right? 60% protein, 20% fat, 20% carbs. These should be both the meals. This would also, because of the high protein percentage, it may also create thermogenesis. So in your body will be heated up, and which would also burn fat. And you would be able to lose fat. I won't say you would be able to lose weight, because losing weight has two paths to it. So losing fat and losing muscle. Losing muscle is not an ideal scenario. So losing fat should be the goal, not losing weight in a way. And that's also a myth that I have noticed. It's been on and on for long now. Coming back to the point. So what we covered, just to summarize the 2 points that we covered: intermittent fasting. Second is having green leafy vegetables supported by protein, then fat, and carbs. Carbs should be not too much, as I have already covered there. Um, I would argue with on this point with myself. So how would you say that people who are doing HIIT, high intensity workouts, right? So the body uses carbs as fuel for that, because it's short. The body needs short bursts of energy to complete the task within a certain point of time. For example, you're competing, it's an arm rep, 20 minutes, and it's like high intensity workout. You are trying to do as much as possible, right? Say 500 reps or something like that, with weight along it. So the venue for such kind of high intensity workouts, the by default venue or the by default choice for the body is carbs, complex carbs, or glucose. The body uses glucose for fueling such intense workouts. And so if you are doing something like that, I would say you may try to do the workouts. I mean, have a complex carbs, high protein complex carbs meal. So don't have fat before such a workout, because it sits on the stomach, and you may feel bloated and you may not be able to function optimally if you're doing such workouts or if you're competing. So just half an hour, 40 minutes or 1 hour before, try to have protein, like a scoop of whey protein, and mix with 30 grams of oats or something like. Put some cinnamon powder for taste and smell, some Himalayan pink salt, add water, and eat that. And that would give you enough energy for the upcoming workout. So that's also the thing. That's why I said that it depends on what your goal is at the very onset. For everyday people who are not gymming, or if you're not working out and stuff, for day-to-day activities and if you're targeting longevity and being healthy, for that we have to reduce the amount of carbs that we consume. And if we are consuming, let's aim for complex carbs. Let's not have white bread, white pasta, or any sort of white flour. Let's try to limit that as much as possible. So that would be regarding the diet. This again segues beautifully into the third point that I wanted to emphasize, would be workout. So as per Dr. Andrew Huberman, yes, you for reaping the benefits, for someone who is working and who is not an athlete, but wants to live a healthy life and also have aesthetic physique, and for longevity, targeting longevity and stuff. 180 minutes of cardio training, including HIIT and weight training, should be the target over a week. So in 7 days, 180 minutes. That's the proposition here. So depending on age and a lot of other biological factors, even if you don't want to, I mean, the goal should be to work out at least 5 days a week. But I know, depending on work requirements and depending on other priorities in life, family, kids, it's not always possible. But I think we can still extract 30 minutes a day for ourselves to just train ourselves. It's not that we would be someone can say that we are being selfish in doing something like that. I think if we wouldn't be in a good position, if we wouldn't be healthy, we wouldn't be of any good to anyone else around us. We wouldn't be able to take care of our family. So I think it's important for us to take the health and the caring for self-caring part to be very seriously. It's a way of not just taking care of yourself, but it's you would be also be able to take care of your family, of your surroundings, of your friends in a better way. So yeah, the target should be the workout should be aligned in such a way that let's talk a bit about workout. Then I would go into the next point. The workout should be a combination of strength and cardiovascular training. So if you're, let's say, training for 30 minutes per day, it you could break the training, let's say 15 minutes, 7 minutes of warm up, right? So don't go to the gym, or if you are at home, if you're working out at home, don't immediately start doing burpees. It'll ramp up the heart rate and it's not good for the heart as well. You need to slowly build up the heart rate and then go for high intensity workout, and then slowly calm it down, or make the heart rate go down, right? So let's say 7 minutes of some mobility drills, 5 minutes of core work. You need a good core, so doing planks, V-ups, side planks, bicycle kicks, or V-holes. And remaining 18 minutes, you can break it down for 9-minute arm rep for cardio. 9 minutes for cardio and 9 minutes for your strength training. If you just have 30 minutes a day, this would give you overall fully functional, full functionality of your entire body. Your cardiovascular health would be improving, your strength would be improving, your mobility would be improving, and the core strength would also improve. That's what my proposition is, and that's what I propose to my clients. Of course, depending on their abilities, what they can and what they can't do. But that can be a ballpark that we can aim for. So yeah, that's about training. So the cardio part should be you're required to hit hard. So try to keep push yourself every day, but also listen to your body, how well you are feeling or how well you're not feeling. There's a fine balance you need to keep about it. So yeah, that's about about training overall under the umbrella, and I broke down how can we train, what are the different constructs that we can use for training if we just have half an hour each day. That moves me to point number 4. First was fasting, second was nutrition, third was workout, fourth is, I would say, one of the important points rather, that's taking cold shower. So exposing yourself to the cold, ice baths, taking cold, so sitting in the cold room, if you can avail that. That's very, very important for your body. It increases the immunity. It helps you burn fat in your body, because when you start shivering, the body is burning brown fat. That's a way the body functions. Also, it in a way increases adrenaline in your body. It's a hormone, and then your body starts shivering. Even if you are very angry, that's epinephrine, the hormone that goes up, and you start shivering. Or if you have coffee and you have this jittery feeling, the jittery feeling is because the body is ready to do to take the task or do something, you should be in motion. You should do something. Some actions are required. So it's an innate ability of the body to show that to you that, okay, let's get up and get moving. So yeah, cold shower also, it clears up your mind. When you're taking a cold shower, or you're sitting in ice, just try to focus on your breath. So focus more on exhalation. If you're exhaling, so the diaphragm increases and the heart has more room to breathe. But if you're inhaling, everything just constricts and your heart doesn't have enough space to beat. So slow breaths should be the goal. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I have been doing it, and for some time now, even though it still sucks big time, still whenever I'm going to the cold shower, I have to prepare myself mentally, and I said, okay, we are doing it, don't back out. Sometimes I had to pull myself into the shower back, because I am too scared to use the cold shower after a warm shower, specifically if it's quite cold outside. But then I have seen the benefits, and from longevity point of view, it also has a lot of benefits. So cold shower should be a must in your arsenal, for longevity, if you're targeting longevity. That should be one of the most important protocols, rather. And Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. David Sinclair, they are a big proponent of that, and they have talked a lot about exposing yourself to the cold. That's regarding cold shower as a protocol. That makes me go to the next point. The next point is something that's very close to me, and that's gratitude practicing and meditation. So it's these 2 points, I think, belongs to the same class, under the same umbrella. So I have punched them and I've said that these are the important tools. The protocols, just another protocol that could be used. Now, meditation has been shown to improve the cerebral activities. It increases the neuroplasticity, and it's been there has been such research done. Sorry, I don't recall the paper which was mentioned, but it helps in basically making your brain function in an optimal way. So when you are meditating, you are focusing. Actually, it's like being in a quantum world where you are present and you are not present at the same time, like Schrodinger's cat or something. Similarly, in meditation, when you are present in the surrounding, right? But actually you're not here. You are somewhere inside you, or somewhere in the outer space, or wherever you are. That time, the focus should be to unfocus yourself from the surrounding. That's in a nutshell I can say about meditation. And it's amazing. It has proved to be amazing for me, and to the people I have proposed, they also have been reaping the benefits, because of the way neural activity happens when you're meditating. And a lot of neuroscientists have also proposed the same, the importance of meditation. So you don't need to meditate for hours and hours, just 10 to 12 minutes every day, or as per your availability. You can use this tool as well in your arsenal. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had mentioned in his book about meditation, the power of meditation. So yeah, that's another tool, if you will, regarding gratitude. Well, there's already a lot of negativity around. um, it's just a way of telling yourself everything. If we are breathing, if we have another day, if we are still living, it's God's grace. It's We are thankful for that. It's just a way of just thanking for all the things that you have in your life at the moment: your family, your kids, your love, the house, the car, anything, uh, your physique, your job. So being thankful for even the meal that you are having at the moment, so that gives, it's like a positive cycle. So you are giving a lot of positivity. You're basically pushing, or you are basically um, oozing out a lot of positivity into the environment around you. In a way, it also comes back. There's a rippling effect that happens, and it also comes back with multiple folds. At least that's what I believe in, and that's what I have noticed. So even if you're having a bad day, just sit for 2 minutes, just check around, see. I think you would be thankful for what you have in life today. So yeah, if you want more details, you can always write into comments or message me or something, and I'll be happy to organize a video, or organize a call rather, video call. Sorry, I wanted to say that, and we can talk over it. And so yeah, these would be in my um, rather all the thoughts or all the research that I have done till date. These would be the distilled information. So let's just, before finishing the video, I would just like to summarize it. What are the main points that we can do today and start having the benefits for aiming for longevity and optimal health? Intermittent fasting, having more leafy greens supported with good quality proteins, fat, and complex carbs. Physical workout, getting to move 180 minutes a week, or if you want to do more, of course, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Depends on what are your conditions and what you could do. So that's pretty much how the workout should be. It should be combination of cardiovascular training and weights. Weights are very important. So that fourth point was regarding exposing yourself to cold exposure. Fifth point, which is a combination of two parts, it was practicing gratitude and meditation. So all in all, these 5 points, sorry if I missed out any number or if I changed the order, apologies for that. But these 5 points, I think, for longevity and optimal health should be the main protocols to follow. That's what I have noticed around. That's what we have at our disposal. We can access today, start today. We don't have to pay for this, go to anywhere. We can start where we are today. It can't get easier than this, I guess. And that's what my objective was, to bring this information to everyone, and try to make life better. If it's not already, even if it is, let's try to, there's always the next level we can go aim for. So yeah, that's pretty much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. And please reach out if you have any doubts, questions, or if you want to write any comments. You're more than welcome. Please like and subscribe the video, or if you don't like, please tell me, how can I improve. I'm trying to bring information, and bring this holistic living to a new I'm trying to give it a new face. I'm trying to bring this information to for everyone to use, and bring to get a community build up, so that we could leverage each other and be successful. Also help each other out in the time of needs. Thank you so much. Have a great day and have a great evening ahead. And looking forward to hearing from you all. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.